Well, we welcome our viewing audience to tonight's broadcast of high school football as the visiting Blue Devils take on the Fauquier Falcons. Mark O'Connell, Steve Peacock, and Nick Morris with you tonight, representing the Culpeper Media Network. We're looking forward to a great game. Weather's great. Field is new, Steve Peacock. Let's talk about the Fauquier Falcons first. They're the home team. Tonight's their homecoming. They have a second-year coach, Donnie Downs, whom we know, and they got a new field as well.
Yeah, it's a pretty field. It looks good. We got that synthetic turf because this field was a grass field, but it was always getting torn up, and it's just costing a lot of money to replace. I congratulate Fauquier County Public Schools for getting this turf field in. Looks good.
Steve, we got a number change on the roster, and it affects who? Number 2, right?
Yep, number 2, Riley Vineyard.
Riley Vineyard. That's important because Riley Vineyard, who generally wears number 44, or actually 34, will wear jersey number 2 tonight. And right now you're looking at the team captains getting ready to go to the center of the field from left to right. Jossie Shiflett, number 6, number 15, Brady Crowder, number 32, Caleb Jenkins, and number 9, Grant Soderholm. Well, Steve, Fauquier is 1-3. They won their season opener over Manassas Park, but since then they lost to Liberty in the Bird Bowl. They lost to Brentsville. Then last week they lost big to Meridian 60-22. Meanwhile, Culpeper's 2-2, and I want to revisit what happened last week in the high-scoring game between Culpeper and Spotsylvania. 38-34 was the end result, and it was anybody's game for the longest time. Where do you think things really changed or went wrong for the Blue Devils in that one? And what are they going to take away from that game and bring into tonight?
Well, the biggest thing they can take away from that game is you got to play full 4 quarters of football, 48 minutes. And what had happened was last week, Spotsylvania, they got the ball to start the second half, and we stopped them. Then we scored, and we're up 27-10. And everybody looked like, oh, this might be an easy football game. Well, that woke up Spotsylvania, and what Spotsylvania, the Knights, did was just started to play lights-out football, and they were committing a lot of errors in the first half. And I think that Culpeper, instead of playing to win, Mark, they were playing not to lose. Mm-hmm. And you get into that mindset, that's when mistakes happened. They didn't play with the same enthusiasm, I thought, that was going on in the first half.
And if you do change to that mode, you tend to lose the edge that you've created. Yeah. Well, let's see what they do tonight because I believe head coach Eric Sherry has returned. I think we've spotted him. Last week he was out, and his son Mason filled in his stead. And now we're going to have the team captains coming to the center of the field for tonight's coin toss. We've introduced them to you for Culpeper. Steve, what about the game last week of Jossie Shiflett? I thought he came up big with some of his catches.
He did. He was an integral part of Culpeper getting that big lead. But he disappeared again, in the fourth quarter, and that was when Spotsylvania was just kept driving it down our throat.
Well, now the team captains from Fauquier approach. Left to right, number 78, Aiden Hartman. Number 54 is Bradley Moore. Number 9, and you're going to hear his number and name called frequently tonight, Justin Clark. He's the real deal as a receiver. And number 8, Amari Martin, who I believe will be the quarterback. He was the starter. I think he was out when he was injured, but apparently he's back and healthy tonight for Fauquier. Steve, Fauquier has a game breaker in Justin Clark, number 9. But one guy can't win the game for you. It has to be a team effort. And Fauquier is really, I know it's cliche, but we really are in the rebuilding process here.
Well, they're a very young team, and they look a little bit smaller than Culpeper. And Culpeper, I think, is going to have a good size advantage up front at the line of scrimmage, and they need to take advantage of that. But they can't let Justin Clark get loose and get behind that secondary, or it'll be a quick 6 for Fauquier. So, Culpeper's going to have to play. They need to put 4 quarters like they did the first half last week. If they can put that for full 48 minutes, this team has a chance to surprise a lot of people because they do have senior leadership. They do have, experienced ball players. They just need to quit shooting themselves in the foot in the second half. They need to play full 48 minutes.
It's like Fauquier's won the toss. They're sorting it out right now. I was thinking also one of the differences in this Culpeper team this year, in contrast to seasons past, has been, Steve, they've done a better job of scoring points.
They have. I mean, offensively, they've clicked so far this season. It's the defense that really needs to tighten things up a little bit. They have a tendency to give up a big play, and that's got to stop here tonight. They just cannot give up the big play to Fauquier.
So Fauquier won the toss and opts to receive. That's how I interpret that. Ordinarily, you win the toss and you defer, but maybe they want to get that offense onto the field first.
Yeah, they want to showcase number 9, and I guarantee he's going to be a focal point of this Falcon offense.
How about some other takeaways from the season so far from the Blue Devils, Steve, that we think are positive things that they can bring into tonight's game and carry on into the season as it continues to unfold?
Well, I mean, you got Riley Vineyard, and you're just going to have, he can, strong leadership. Caleb Green, another leader. Their senior leadership is going to have to really step up and to show, hey, here's how it is of winning football. And you follow those two guys, you know how they are on the football field. They're 100% go. But like you said, one person cannot win a football game. It takes all 11 to win a football game. And that's what Culpeper's got to do tonight. Put together all 11, playing well, and committing 0 turnovers.
Well, the deep men back to receive this Culpeper kickoff are Justin Clark, number 9, and Tom Sanford, number 3. Steve, I pointed out that Fauquier has a player on their team whose surname is Sorrentino. And, Lou Sorrentino was the head coach at Culpeper from, I think, 92 through 2001. Right. And I think he coached his last Culpeper game here at Fauquier when Culpeper played Patrick Henry of Ashland in the semifinal.
We were right down that corner broadcasting. I remember it.
All right. Well, Saul Acevedo will kick off for the Blue Devils, and we are underway here in Fauquier. Short kick taken at the 31-yard line by the up back there, number 21. Or 22, rather, Kamari Washington. And so Fauquier will start out on offense with good field position.
Yeah, Mark, one of my pet peeves is why are we pooch kicking it? I mean, I get it. You don't want to kick it to your speedster, but you got to put a little bit more oomph under that and let them catch it at between the 10 and the 20-yard line. Because look at the field position. They almost got it at the 40-yard line.
Exactly. Petey's pet peeves. Yeah. Good case of alliteration to start tonight's game. Well, that quarterback back there is Amari Martin, number 8. He's got Sorrentino behind him, and they go to Sorrentino over right tackle. Look at Sorrentino in the open field there, and they're going to finally drag him down. When he got into Culpeper territory inside the 40-yard line on first down, they pick up a bunch.
Yeah, again.
Here's a replay, Steve. Watch this blocking up front.
Perfect. Look at that. Everyone had a hat on everybody. Caleb Green had to wrestle him to the ground.
Picked up 24 yards on the play, and the Falcons now have it at the Culpeper 36-yard line. First down here. 3-man front for Culpeper. Man in motion is Clark. Justin Clark, playmaker. Stay tuned for him. Sorrentino again, the ball carrier. Comes to the left side, gets to the outside, got the edge. Lowers his shoulder, tackled inside the 30-yard line by number 21 of Culpeper, and that is Savion Milam.
And we got whistle stoppage of play.
And that's usually in the flags in that backfield where you ordinarily pick up a holding call. Let's check the call right here. And it is holding.
They're good for the break for the Blue Devils because like what I just say in pregame, don't give up the big play. They have a tendency, and they gave up 2 right there.
Moves it back to the Culpeper 46-yard line. This is the opening minute of the first quarter with Fauquier starting on offense. They were the beneficiary of excellent starting position at their own 40. They have it at the Culpeper 46. Quarterback is Amari Martin. He drops it. Ball is loose, and looks like the Blue Devils have recovered it. First turnover of the game, Steve. Looks like it was Brendan Stover on the recovery.
Yeah, he dove right on it. That's the turnover they need to get right there.
Here's the replay.
Yep, he just dropped the ball. And good Culpeper Stover right there to dive on it.
All right, first turnover of the game gives the ball to the Blue Devils, and now their offense will start just shy of midfield.
Now see if Culpeper can do something here on offense.
All right, well, they break the huddle. Let's see how they line up here. You know that Riley Lentz is in the backfield. 44, Cameron Marduz. Riley Vineyard wears number 2. He gets the first call tonight from the Blue Devil offense. He comes to the outside and jumps over the first defender, and they force him out of bounds after a nice pickup. We'll check the spot. And he picked up 8 or 9 yards on first down. There he is. Number 2 tonight is Riley Vineyard.
And I don't know what the number change was for, but again, like you said, number 2, Riley Vineyard. And he just had a big play right there. Got 8 yards on first down.
All right, so here is second down. They gave him 9, so we'll call it second down and 1 here. And remember, Culpeper operates that spinner series formation. There's a snap to Vineyard. He busts up through the middle, broke the first tackle, and then chugged ahead for more yardage. A big gainer again for Riley Vineyard, and they'll move the sticks here as he gets down to the 30. He picked up 12 yards, did Vineyard. There's the replay there. Just some good, hard-nosed running, Steve.
Yeah, but that's what they need to do. Keep gashing Fauquier right at the line of scrimmage. Start your dominance of the line of scrimmage. I said that one of the keys. If Culpeper can do that, they should be able to win this football game.
Well, Fauquier can score points, but they can also give up points. All right, here is Caleb Green, his first carry. He makes a cut. He's in the open field. He's at the 10, the 5. He dives for the pylon, and he's in from 30 yards out.
Caleb Green, touchdown, Blue Devils.
30 yards. There he goes. There's a replay. Stevie, the line opened up a nice crease for him. He darted through it, got in the open field. He just outran everyone.
Yeah, he's fast. I mean, people don't know how fast he is, but he is sneaky fast, is what I say.
Acevedo on for the point after. The holder is Isaac Weigert, number 12. 6-0 Blue Devils with 9:35 to play here in this first quarter. Here's the snap, the hold, and the kick. It's up. It's no good. All right, that could be a factor later on. We'll see. Well, 6-0 our score in favor of the Blue Devils here with 9:35 to play first quarter action. You know, localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. And Steve, Fauquier had opening possession. They looked pretty good on offense, and the miscue, the fumble, hurt them. But they were actually moving.
Yeah, they were. They were moving. But Culpeper made him pay for that turnover and scored a touchdown. It just like you said, that missed extra point can loom large in games, especially in the fourth quarter.
Well, Acevedo will tee it up here, and we'll remind you that our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Well, when Acevedo kicked off to start tonight's game, Steve, it was a short kick. You don't particularly like those. He gave up good field position. It didn't hurt him that time, but what will they do this time? It's going to be another short kick. Coming up on the run and taking it the 25-yard line is Clark. Number 9, watch out for him. He gets in the open field. He stiff arms the defender there, but they corral him. And a penalty comes in late on this, and will this be a face mask against the Blue Devils?
Yeah, it's going to be a face mask against the Blue Devils. It looks like it's going to be against maybe 21. Let's see what the call is.
No, well, you're right. It is a face mask. Okay. Personal foul. Let's look for the mark off here. That was a good return. Well, Fauquier wanted to get the ball into the hands of the return man, Justin Clark. You can see why on that play. He is an offensive threat. Now the officials will mark this one off. It'll be 15 yards. And Fauquier taking over on offense for the second time tonight will once again start with excellent field position, this time from the Culpeper 36.
Again, that was a bad penalty to commit, but I understand it. He had to get him down. So,
all right, Sorrentino in the backfield behind Amari Martin in the pistol. Sorrentino the ball carrier. This time they wrap him up before he can get started. That play is dead. Making the tackle was Mason Elkins on Sorrentino.
Yeah, he blitzed right from his outside linebacker spot and got in there and put a hat on him and brought him down.
Limited him to a 1-yard pickup, but it's 2nd and 9 for Fauquier. Clock running, 9 minutes to play here in the first quarter. You can see our score, 6-0 Blue Devils. And Fauquier hoping to capitalize on excellent field position as they start their second drive here. Man in motion is Tom Sanford. And here's a snap to Amari Martin. He's got time. He's throwing near side. This one caught at the 30 by Clark. And defending on the play was Savion Milam. He's at the 30. He picked up 5. It should bring up 3rd and 4. And we got a whistle and we got stoppage.
Yep.
Official timeout.
See what the call is here.
Well, it's going to bring up 3rd and 4 after this official timeout, as you see the official coming to the Fauquier sideline. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673.
I don't know what that call was, but he gesturing to some device in someone's hand. Can't have it.
All right, well, here's 3rd down, 4 yards to go for a Falcon first down. They have the ball at the Blue Devils 30. Amari Martin is the quarterback. Blue Devils show pressure, and then they encroach.
Yep, that's again, they did that last week a lot too against Spotsylvania, Mark. And Spotsylvania made him pay, but right there, you just gave him first down with that. You're showing blitz, but you got to watch that ball being snapped first.
Well, Fauquier was looking at 3rd and 4, and the free penalty given to them by the Blue Devils for being offsides gives Fauquier a first down. Falcons now have it 1st and 10 from the 25. Here comes pressure. Vineyard is chasing the ball carrier. He slings him to the ground for the tackle in the backfield.
Yeah, and it wasn't hitting that collar or horse collar. He grabbed him by the jersey.
Yeah, you can see it right here, Steve.
I mean, Raleigh came in there.
You see him on the blitz. He got through the line, and he chased Sorrentino and slung him down to the ground for the solo tackle in the backfield and a loss. Loss of 2 yards on the play.
Can you say how strong Raleigh Vineyard is? He is a one strong football player.
Yeah, and it was a one-arm tackle, wasn't it?
Yep. You know.
Back to the 28-yard line. It's 2nd down and 13. That's Clark in motion. Now he lines up in the slot. Or make that Tom Sanford, rather. Here's Amari Martin. Going to throw long. Incomplete. Into double coverage, no flag. Yep. And the pass was intended there for Tom Sanford. And they threw that in double coverage. Good defensive play by the Blue Devils, Steve.
Good defense, and they all got pressure on Raleigh Vineyard was putting the pressure on the quarterback. And I see what they're going to do with Vineyard on defense. They're going to try to blitz him, and they're going to move him all around, on either up front or in that linebacker spot.
Yeah, so keep your eye on number 2 there, Vineyard, in that linebacker's position. He's been trying to shoot the gap, and he's done so successfully with that tackle for loss. So Blue Devils showing pressure as a mix here. Right now they don't. But now here comes Vineyard. He times it. Straight ahead again. They pick him up on the block. Going up towards Clark. He almost got away from the tackle of number 8 there for Culpeper. That was Tyler McKnight. And he got down to about the, 23-yard line, 24-yard line. So he held him to a 4-yard pickup. That'll bring up 4th and 9, Steve. Will we see the field goal team coming in?
Now, you want to tell the Blue Devil defense, look, don't give them an offsides and move them 5 yards. If you go for the block, wait for the ball snap, then rush.
All right, the place kicker is Obi Pokasangre. From the 30, this is a 40-yard field goal attempt coming up right here. This one is blocked. Good penetration by the Blue Devils, Steve. They were able to get in there and block that one. He never had a chance.
Yep, he did. He never had a chance. Can we get a shot of who?
You want to see the replay on that one? No, okay, no problem. Well, so the 40-yard field goal attempt was blocked by a wall of white jerseys.
Yeah, they came right in, and they were trying to pick it up to, could run it in for a touchdown because there was nobody back there. But kids that get excited and they want to run before they can pick it up. And that's exactly what happened here.
6:04 to play, first quarter. Blue Devils on top, 6-0, and looks like they're marking off a penalty, but I'm not really sure why. Did you see that one come in?
No.
See, that's a big one.
What is it? Had to be personal foul after.
All the way back to the 19-yard line.
Yeah.
From the 34 to the 19. So, less than average field position for the Blue Devils, so they're going to be entrusted with holding on to this football.
It's uncharacteristic, unsportsmanlike for Culpeper, because those are conduct penalties, and they just kill you. They kill you.
All right, let's see what the Blue Devils do on their second possession. They lead 6-0.
Yeah.
All right, from the 19. And a whistle to stop this one before we can get rolling.
It's going to be off. It's going to be movement on the.
Against Fauquier.
Yeah, Fauquier.
That'll push it to the 24, a 5-yard penalty, and then it'll bring up 1st and 5. 6:04 to play, first quarter action. They mark off the 5. This broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. All right, now 1st and 5, Blue Devils at their own 24. 6-0, their favor. Straight ahead, the ball carrier. And he stopped at about the 27. Will pick up 3 yards. And that time, the ball carrier for Culpeper was Grant Soderholm. He had a couple carries last week, Steve.
Yeah, he did. And, I'm questioning myself, why was that? If that was offsides on Fauquier, why didn't the refs let the play continue on? I don't know.
I don't know either. Ordinarily, don't they?
Yeah, you'd play on and then tack the penalty.
All right, here is 2nd down and 3 now for the Blue Devils from the 27-yard line. Here's the spinning series, and this ball carrier is going to be number 44, Cameron Mardus, over the left side. He picks up a Blue Devil first down as he gained to the 35, 8 yards on the play and a first down.
Yeah, I mean, Raleigh Vineyard, no one's going to, basically all the opposing team's defense are going to be trying key on him, so it's good to see Mardus get a good run.
Well, that could be potentially dangerous then. You saw what Caleb Green did earlier with a 30-yard touchdown run. 1st and 10 here. And there is Caleb Green. Breaking a tackle, going down the far sidelines. He just simply ran out of room, Steve. He might have been off to the races there. We probably want to see this one again if we can.
Yep.
Here it is. There's that spinner series. Caleb Green, your ball carrier. Left side, he had an opening, good blocking out there. And he was just forced out of bounds on the far sidelines after a nice pickup.
Yeah, a real nice pickup. And Fauquier was using that sideline as an extra defender on that play, too.
Caleb Green picked up 12 yards and another Blue Devil first down. Clock running, 4:34 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 our score. And Culpeper, I believe, has called its first timeout. They have. And we will tell you that this broadcast is brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School, K&M. From grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. Well, Steve, we had a chance to call the Culpeper Spotsylvania game last week, and it was exciting in its own right. There were a lot of points scored. crosstown rival, Culpeper's crosstown rival, Eastern View. They're having their bye week tonight.
Having their bye week. They need to get healthy. I heard a few players are kind of banged up over there, and they lost a heartbreaker to James Monroe.
Yeah, last week Eastern View fell to James Monroe 19-14. Played that one down at Maury Stadium in Fredericksburg. All right, after the Blue Devil timeout, they have it 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. And here's a reverse. And it may come at making a nice tackle on, we got a penalty flag at the end of this one. Steve, when we get to this, the ball carrier was number 20, Richard Cannon. And then coming up to make the tackle was Tom Sanford. What happened after that?
Number 63 for Culpeper laid out a Fauquier defender after the play was blown dead. And again, another penalty done was a 15-yarder. I mean, they're driving down the field, and it looked like Cannon was going to have a big gain, but that Tom was that kid.
Sanford.
He came out of nowhere.
He did.
And just hit him at the legs and tripped him up.
All the way back to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, it was called a number 63 for Culpeper.
Solo Acevedo.
Still first down, 1st and long.
But it's 1st and very long. So the Blue Devils now have it at their own 33. And they have to get to the Fauquier 44-yard line for a 1st down. And they've got 3 downs to get there. This is back to Cannon again. They trip him up at the 35. 2-yard gain. And I believe that was Sorrentino on the tackle.
Mark, I know Coach Sherry's running his spin offense, but I'm watching these 2 safeties for Fauquier. They're pinching up. And if you're pinching up, I mean, you could send Caleb Green and just tell him to go right down the seam. He'd be wide open because they don't have a deep safety, and they're biting on that first fake. So we'll see if Coach Downs can throw up a pass play here, because look how close they are.
Yeah. All right. 2nd down here and long. This is a snap to Vineyard, and they stand him up and push him back. Nice tackle. Steve, I believe that was Sorrentino once again. He's already making his mark.
Yeah, he is. Was that big number 78?
And on the tackle as well, you mean?
Yeah.
Aiden Hartman.
Yep.
All right, so a 1-yard pickup. And we've got 3rd and very long. Right now, ball's at the 35.
Can you say screen?
15, we need about 22 yards to keep possession.
Yeah, they're being overly aggressive in those linebackers and those safeties, so you got to make them pay for that.
3rd down and very long for the Blue Devils. Under 3 minutes to play in the 1st quarter. All right, here's Lentz. Going to throw short. Oh, nicely done. Hauling it in on the run, right in stride there. Caleb Green brings it in. And I believe, did he get the 1st down? It's awfully close.
Yeah, but there's a flag here on the play.
Uh-oh.
It's coming back.
But Lentz lofted it out there in perfect placement. Green caught it, picked up what would have been a 1st down, and they brought it back for a false start.
I'd like to know who committed that false start, because I didn't see it, but evidently one of the officials saw it. That took away a big play there by the Blue Devils, and Caleb Green had plenty of running room.
Nicely executed play, beautifully thrown football, threw it exactly where it had to be.
But see, Culpeper's doing the same thing they did in the 2nd half against Spotsylvania. Mistakes, penalties. They kill you.
3rd and very long for Culpeper.
Now, you got to figure. It's going to be delay a game now.
Well, that's right. You delay a game. That'll cost the Blue Devils 5. Now they'll be pushed back to their own 25. And remember, they to keep possession, they have to get to the Fauquier 43-yard line. So that's 25 and 7, 32 yards.
See, I blame that delay on the sideline, the coaches. They didn't get the play in soon enough. Now you got
3rd down and about 32.
See, now Fauquier's playing deep.
4-man front for Fauquier. Here's Lentz. Protection holds up, going up for it. Unable to bring it in was number 5, Mason Elkins. Just overthrew him a little, and now you will see the Culpeper punting team come on with 2:11 to play here. 4th down and 32, and
I mean, penalties took away that drive. They had 2 first downs called back by penalties. And, you know, they're conduct penalties.
all right. Punter standing at about the 10. He kicks it from the 15. This one, getting under it, is Clark. Watch out. Here comes Clark, making people miss, and they tackle him at the 35-yard line. Making the open field tackle was Caleb Jenkins for Culpeper. Fauquier will be taken over on offense with excellent field position at the Culpeper 35-yard line.
Now you got to ask your defense to come up big here again. You know, you get the first quarter and field positions belong to Fauquier, but Culpeper's leading, so anything can happen.
Okay, Falcons hungry for a score, and again, the beneficiary of having excellent starting field position. Play action, Amari Martin throws, going up for it. Unable to bring it in was Clark, number 9, and he timed it well, but unable to bring it in. Defending was Savion Milam. Here's the replay.
Yep, and it's Savion Milam with the first defending, Caleb Green, coming over for help. Look, right there. Boom.
Yep. Well, you just know that Fauquier, this is a penalty against the Falcons. I'm walking it off now.
It's going to be holding, I think.
Yeah, this is a big one. Personal foul.
Right.
15 big ones, and that'll move it back to midfield. So we'll bring up a 1st and long. We're going to have to get to the Culpeper 25 for a 1st down. But it's only 1st down, so they have time. They have plays. But it is another example, Steve, of how penalties like that really set a team back.
They do. I mean, they're drive killers.
Mari Martin handing off to the ball carrier this time. Tried the right side, short pickup by number 22, Kamari Washington. His first carry of the night.
Again, you know, like I said, Fauquier is going to try to run it, but you know they're going to try to put it in Clark's hands.
Yeah, and also a potential receiver they may try to go to is Brian Green, number 4, top of your screen. 2 receivers to the left, including the wideout, Justin Clark. Here's Amari Martin. Here comes some pressure by the Blue Devils. He steps away from it, looks downfield. More pressure coming. This one batted down. Nicely done by Caleb, Mason Elkins, rather. Here's the replay on that.
They just kept putting the pressure. And Elkins recognized he's got a few inches on that quarterback and just went up and swatted it away.
And Elkins timed his leap perfectly, didn't he, to knock that one down? Well, we have 1:07 remaining. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass here in the first quarter. And now we have a 3rd, and it looks like 3rd and 21 for the Falcons. Sorrentino in the backfield. They give the ball to him. He bounces to the outside, now makes a cut. They're going to bottle him up after a short gain at the 45-yard line. Yeah, it looked like that play had some potential, but Culpeper closed in on it fairly quickly, Steve.
Yeah, they did. They swarmed right to that ball. So now it's going to bring on the punt unit. And that was a good stop there by Blue Devil defense. With the aid of the penalty against Fauquier. Now let's see if Blue Devils can do something here.
All right. Now here's the punter standing and kicking at the 45. Caleb Green, the only man back for the Blue Devils, and they won't have a chance for it. This takes a nice Falcon roll all the way down to the Culpeper 9-yard line where they mark it dead.
Yep. Look like they're going to mark it right at the 10 mark.
15 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 6-0 our score in favor of the Blue Devils. This broadcast brought to you in part by UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. And in the background, Steve, I'm hearing Van Halen.
Yep, we're broadcasting outside today. It's got a little, as I call, nippy, a little nippy.
I think you said it was supposed to get down in the 40s
Yep.
tonight. All right, Blue Devils back on offense. Got to be careful here. They're starting out at their own 10-yard line. And they snap it to Riley Vineyard. He's got a blocker in front of him. Now he makes a cut, gets out to the 20. About a yard shy of a first down. It looks like the line of scrimmage had been the 9. He's got to get to about the 21, it looks like. Oh, it looks like he got it.
They're going to give it to him.
Yep, he did get to the 21. That is a first down. And these final few seconds tick off. And the first quarter's in the books. Blue Devils 6, Falcons nothing. We'll take a quick break and come back to the start of the second right after this.
Broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive, K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
All right, welcome back to our broadcast from Fauquier High School as we start the second quarter with the Blue Devils on top 6-0, and they have first down and 10 from their own 21. Lentz is going to air it out, and this one broken up by Clark, and the pass was intended for Keyshawn Tyler.
I thought they had it, but Clark closed real fast on it. I was able to knock it away.
See, I like the idea of the Blue Devils coming out throwing on first down like that.
I do too.
Yeah, Justin Clark is a real force on both sides of the football, and of course, he's a return specialist as well.
Yeah, and they don't have him on the corner either. They have him as a deep safety.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times they were cheating up. So I still say some play action, and you can still send somebody deep on a post.
Riley Vineyard, the ball carrier, over the right side. They trip him up, and he falls forward to the 25. That's 4 yards, and that'll bring up third down and 6.
A big third down here, Mark, because if they get first down here, they can have an opportunity to flip the field a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what they're going to do.
All right, they break huddle, and the Blue Devils look at 3rd and 6 here. Ball resting at the 25-yard line for the moment. And straight ahead is the ball carrier on the quick dive. And that was, did you pick up the number there, Steve?
44, I believe.
Okay, Marduz.
Down
Up to the 29. All right, now, here's the decision to make.
Well, you're not going to go for it here on 4th here. You're going to punt.
Are you?
Huh? They're going to go for it, maybe.
Well, they're going to line up that way.
That's
It's 4th and 2 here.
That's a risky.
Oh, we got a whistle and we got a stoppage. What will this be? It's going to be, here it is. False start. Well, they'll probably punt it now.
Yeah, they're going to punt it now. Again,
Yeah.
how many? Already 3 times now they've had opportunities to go first down and they get a penalty.
They were lined up, obviously, to go for it, Steve.
Yeah, I know.
They had dialed up Riley Vineyard's number. Now they're on 4th and 7. They'll come in and punt this one away. And I got number 17 back there, Michael Street Boggs, punting. And you know you've got Justin Clark, one of the deep men for Fauquier, hoping to get his hands on the football. This one is fielded by Clark at the 35. He comes this way and makes the cut. Straight ahead he goes, and they tackle him after he got into Culpeper territory at the Blue Devil 44-yard line. Well, you see, there's another example of what we mean by the athleticism and the football playing ability of a fellow by the name of Justin Clark up here in Fauquier.
Right, I agree with you, Mark, because he turned nothing into something. And you thought, I think Culpeper players thought he was just going to let it roll out dead. He picked that thing up and he saw the opening. Good, and then he improved the field position for the Falcons.
Well, localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. All right, Falcons back on offense. They have it at the Blue Devil 42. 10:22 to play. Quick strike. Short strike to the receiver there who gets to the Culpeper 35. Pick up a 7. And that was number 4 for Fauquier. And that is Brian Green. Here is 2nd and 3 for the Falcons, who once again, Steve, really are enjoying good starting position.
Yeah, they have. I mean, Culpeper's been very generous in that regard, but, the Culpeper should be up, really, almost 21-0.
That's Clark in motion. They give it to Sorrentino. Sorrentino looking to find some running room and can't find any. They bottled him up at the 35 and in on the tackle, maybe making the initial hit, was Jossie Shiflett for Culpeper.
Yeah, this brings up 3rd and short, Mark.
30 at the 34. He only picked up a yard. Brings up, 3rd and 2 here. Clock is running. We're approaching the 9-minute mark of this second quarter. We are at Fauquier High School, home of the Falcons. They trail 6-0 right now, but they're looking to keep it going here and keep possession. Here comes pressure, and the Blue Devils, that's number 5, Mason Elkins, was likely offsides.
Yep, and it's automatic first down, too.
I think that's happened once before tonight, being offsides. Gave them the 5 yards, the free 5 yards, and a first down.
It's called watch the football, boys. Watch the football. And you're trying to sit there and, come on in. That just, again, you're giving your opponent too many opportunities.
In the backfield is Kamari Washington behind the quarterback, Amari Martin in the pistol. Play action. Martin rolls out to his left, being chased by Jossie Shiflett, and he had to get rid of it.
To the sideline official.
The sideline official was an eligible receiver, right?
I mean, I didn't see too many eligible receivers there, but he was out of the pocket, so that is not intentional grounding.
All right, 2nd down and 10 now, Falcons from the Blue Devil 29. Top of your screen, Justin Clark, and in the slot, Tom Sanford on your left. They send one receiver to the right. He's currently out of your picture. Sorrentino in the backfield. That's Clark in motion. And the snap to Amari Martin. He's going to throw. He's got a receiver! And Justin Clark has hauled it in. He's 29 yards out. Steve, it was a good pass, but I think it was even better catch. Watch this play.
Yep, watch what it is. He just aired it out. And I saw it from the beginning. When he went in motion, Mark, he went in motion, and no defender from Culpeper came over to pick him up. And so the safety was way off him. He had a whole head of steam, went right by our safety, touchdown.
Tied ball game, 8:39 to play here in the second quarter. But number 44, Obi Pokasangre, the place kicker, can change that and give the Falcons the lead. Here is his kick. This one is up and good. 7-6 Falcons, their first lead of the game.
Yeah.
8:39 to play. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by our live sponsor, Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. See, we talked about it several times already that Justin Clark was the man to account for by this Culpeper defense, and I really thought he made a nice catch of that.
He did make a great catch, but what all set in motion was basically he went in motion and no one from Culpeper came over to jam him at the line. He just ran by, our safety on that play. But again, I also think, Mark, that Culpeper had a lot, they did their own damage to themselves with, ill-timed penalties to allow Fauquier to go down and have that opportunity to score.
I think the offside penalty actually hurt him that time, too.
Yep.
All right. Well, the man who gave Fauquier the lead, Obi Pokasangre, will kick off to the Blue Devils. Hoping to set up a return. Caleb Green is back there as one of the deep return men. Here's his kick. This one headed to Green. He gets under it at the 15. And out across the 30 was actually Colton Green. And decent field position for the Blue Devils, Steve. And, of course, after your opposing team scores, the onus comes back to you to respond in some fashion.
Right, you do. You just got knocked in the mouth. Let's go back and do it again. And that missed extra point starts to loom large. And see, Culpeper's got to quit also committing dumb penalties. They've got to, just put a drive together.
All right, they go back on offense here. 1st and 10 from their own 30. This is the snap to number 4, Malachi Brock, who was last week on the roster as number 59, wasn't he?
Yes.
He's back to wearing number 4.
That's the first time we've called his name, too, this evening.
Got to the 35, picked up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5.
And that's what you got to do. You got to put your team in the position to win. You don't want to put your team in 3rd and long or 2nd and long. You want to be able to keep those chains moving.
The center, Steve, number 70, Ryder Sellers. And I'd like to give some credit to these linemen. We can start naming them. And there's the ball carrier here, open field. This is Brock. Steve, he made a really nice cut, got to the outside, picked up big yardage. What a nice run by Brock. Break this one down.
Yeah, here's what happened. He got a good blocking right there and attacking. Then he was able to use his speed and read where the blockers were and was able to pick up good yardage. Good run there by Brock.
Yeah, Fauquier territory at the 40, 25 yards by Brock and a Blue Devil first down.
Yeah, I saw one of the linemen. I think he took out 2 or 3 Fauquier players when Brock was getting ready to go in that corner.
Yeah, I think the key for Brock on that one, though, is making that first guy miss, Steve.
Yep.
And that really cleared the way. And then, like you say, he picked up a couple of nice blocks. And now, Blue Devils on the Fauquier side of midfield at the Falcon 40. This is Riley Lentz rolling to his right, looking downfield, and he will throw it. This one looks like it is caught by number 5, Mason Elkins for the Blue Devils. Well, that's a kind of a high percentage play when you roll out like that, and you can create some time and space for yourself, and then throw short to a good hands receiver like Elkins.
Yeah, but you throw it down low, and Lentz threw it only where Elkins could catch it.
Right. Clock running, 6:45 to play here in the second quarter. 7-6 Falcons. The difference, an extra point. Here's the snap. Lentz fakes it, keeps it, straight ahead he goes. Here's Lentz breaking tackles and getting down just shy of the 15-yard line. And making the tackle for Fauquier was Payne Massey. Here's the replay on this.
Yeah, watch this. It's that spin offense that Coach Sherry likes to run. And then Lentz showed off his, some pretty strong moves there.
Yeah.
And that's what the linemen like to see. They like to see their quarterback running like that.
Yeah.
They don't want him to get hurt, but they want him in there ripping off big yards. And see, this is the answer Culpeper needs to do to answer that touchdown.
13-yard pickup by Riley Lentz and a Blue Devil first down. There's a timeout on the field and an opportunity for me to tell you that this broadcast is brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673. All right, well, after the timeout, the Blue Devils in good shape here. Looking to answer Fauquier's score. They have now moved it down to the Falcons' 17-yard line, and it's first down. Riley Vineyard, the ball carrier, looking for an opening, and they stack him up right at the 15. 2 or 3 Falcons combined on the tackle there, including number 64, Steven Novakoski.
I'd like to maybe a bootleg here with Lentz because they're all keying on Vineyard. Between the tackles, you could do a little spin fake to Vineyard and go around the left end.
Well, that's with Riley Lentz, as you pointed out, but they've also got Brock, and they've also got the running. Well, I think number 9, Grant Soderholm, is in there now. And, of course, there's Cameron Marduz. Caleb Green's had the big run tonight.
Yep.
And this is Caleb Green. He gets the call over the left side, and making the tackle was number 11, Payne Massey again. Let's check the spot. So they're going to mark it down at the 13. It's only a 2-yard pickup. And it brings up a third down and about 6 here.
Yeah, if you need to, they'll take 6 if they can get it, but they need to concentrate and get this first down. You really got 2 downs. I don't look for Culpeper to go for a field goal here.
Even though it's certainly within range. Why do you think they wouldn't?
Well, he didn't kick it very good on the extra point.
All right. On third down, Lentz fakes to Caleb Green. Here comes the pressure. Now he's going to keep it. There goes Lentz, spinning his way down inside the 10-yard line. I believe he's got a first down, Steve.
Yeah, I'd see where they mark it.
It's going to be awfully close. Well, they're going to say it's 4th and 1. All right, do you go for it here?
Yes. You go for it here. You're the visiting team. You need to answer right here, and you just need to don't get cute with any play call here on the sidelines. You just give it to Vineyard or Lentz right up front.
All right, it's 4th down and 1. All right, I'm going to whistle and maybe a timeout.
Timeout, Fauquier.
Fauquier calls the timeout, okay. Well, this is a big play for both the offense and the defense. 4th and 1, Steve, what's the key for Culpeper? You know what I think it is? No false start.
No false start. Exactly. I concur. But, just give a big hole and give it to your back. Give it to Vineyard or Lentz up the middle. And I hope Lentz will line up under center. I don't think he's going to line up shotgun.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Our score is 7-6 in favor of the Falcons, but the Blue Devils certainly knocking on the door here after this timeout. They have 4th and 1 from the Falcon 8-yard line. There's the snap. They get the push, and this is Vineyard fighting his way into the end zone from 8 yards out.
Touchdown, Blue Devils. Riley Vineyard from 8 yards bowled his way into the end zone.
Well, he wasn't going to settle for 1 and a first down, was he?
No.
He got behind that big line. They just kept pushing forward, and Vineyard's kind of like a bulldozer in there.
Yeah, but they better hurry up. If they're going to they're going to go for 2 here.
All right. 12-7 our score. They will line up for 2. And now we got a whistle, and who's going to call a timeout?
Culpeper.
Culpeper's going to call a timeout. I think you have to, Steve.
Yeah.
I think it's a very critical play here because you want to get the 2-pointer to be up by the 7 points.
Exactly, and I just thought Culpeper took way too much time. The coaching staff needs to get meet with the player and said, look, if we score in this play, we're going for 2. Line up for 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're a little indecisive there. Do we go for? And to me, when you're at the visit, you're the visitor. You have a chance to go for 2 because they have to basically here.
Mm-hmm. All right, so after this timeout, Blue Devils line up for the 2-point try here. This is going to be straight ahead. The ball carrier, I don't think he got in, Steve. He's right at the goal line, just shy of it. And that was Cameron Marduse.
Yeah, I didn't like that play call, Mark. They should have given it back to Vineyard. He's your workhorse.
So the 2-point try fails. Our score remains unchanged. Blue Devils 12, Falcons 7, 4:24 to play here in the second quarter. And this broadcast is brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. That's K&M. From grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. Well, Steve, what are we seeing on in the Blue Devils bleachers there? Fans, anything else in particular?
Cheerleaders are there, and Culpeper, I think, brought a good contingent of fans over here for this game.
I was just thinking the same thing. Nick Morris behind the camera here tonight for Culpeper Media Network, and he brought all that into view for us, and I think that that's definitely worth mentioning because, you could stay at home on a Friday night and watch the game, but you think Fauquier's not too far away. Was it 23 miles from Culpeper?
Right.
It was a great night for football. Why not? So Culpeper did bring a crowd tonight, and that's good news.
Yep, and like I said, Culpeper is, they're playing good this season. They just got to clean up some of these mistakes and penalties.
Saul Acevedo will kick off for the Blue Devils. Will he keep it short? It is a short kick. Getting under it at the 30-yard line, calling a fair catch, was Sal Sorrentino. We've called his name several times tonight, and we're destined to call it many more times, I'm sure, as we are with Justin Clark, who has the touchdown catch tonight for the Falcons. But the Blue Devils have 2 scores, Steve. They've just faltered on the point after.
Yeah, the point after, you had to go for it there anyway to try to make it, a 7-point differential, but they were unsuccessful getting that try. So now, see if they can get another turnover here and see if they can get the ball back here before half.
All right, now the pressure goes back to Fauquier. They've seen their visitors come back and score, and now the Falcons trail. What will they do? Well, they'll go with Sal Sorrentino, and here's Sorrentino. He had a wide opening there. They come at making a good open field tackle for the Blue Devils. It was number 20, Richard Cannon, and it's a good thing he did. He might have been off picking up a bunch of yards after that.
Yeah, Cannon was shot out of a cannon. He came flying up there.
So held him to a 5-yard pickup instead of a long gainer. It's 2nd and 5 Falcons from the 35-yard line. The clock running under 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Our score, you can see it, Blue Devils 12, Falcons 7. Amari Martin, the quarterback. He's got time. He throws near side, going up for it. Justin Clark out of his reach. There he is, Clark, number 9. He has Fauquier's lone touchdown so far in this game.
Yeah.
And on the incomplete pass, they'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Caleb Green was defending on that play, and he had good technique there because he forced him to the sideline to make that, even though the quarterback overthrew it. They just can't let Clark get deep on you.
In the backfield, Jonathan Mills now alongside Amari Martin. Clark in motion. They'll probably look for him, and they do. There's Clark catching it. He's got first down yardage and more, and he's tackled out of bounds by Colton Green. Big pickup. And again, Clark going to work for the Falcons. Here's the replay.
Yeah, watch me. You missed it right there. Green thought he was going to have help because he was coming across the formation. He lined up tight and was kind of, basically just 1 or 2 steps. And Green already was out of there, and no one picked him up.
22 yards for Justin Clark and a Falcon first down. They have it at the Blue Devil 43. Amari Martin handing off. This one is not Sorrentino. It's the other fellow I told you it was back there. Number 24, Jonathan Mills, gets his first carry of the night.
And again, they're going to have to watch the defense. You got to know where Clark is at all times. And you cannot let him go in motion and no defender.
Jonathan Mills picked up 10 yards and a Fauquier first down, and the Falcons back in business here. They have 1st and 10 now at the Blue Devil 33. Clock running. We're approaching the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. And Fauquier looking to answer Culpeper scoring drive with one of its own. Amari Martin. He's got Sorrentino behind him. Here comes the Blue Devil pressure. They pick up Vineyards. And here goes Sorrentino into the Blue Devils secondary. And they tackle him just shy of the 10-yard line. He picked up nearly 23 yards on that carry.
And it looks like we came up with the football, but the officials say not.
This is Sorrentino there in the open field. They stack him up finally. They were trying to rip it out, but they weren't able to do so. It looked like for Culpeper, it was Brendan Stover trying to force the fumble. And the ball down at the 12-yard line now. It's 1st and 10 Falcons from that spot. Cameron Thompson now in the backfield alongside the quarterback, Amari Martin, and Sorrentino is behind Martin. Blue Devils show pressure again. Here's Sorrentino on the carry. Makes the cut. He's headed to the end zone, and he's awfully close. They say he's in. This is from 12 yards out. Sal Sorrentino scores for the Falcons.
Yeah, they're just an inside dive play, and he was able to come on in and pick it up. Now they're going to go.
Oh, wait a minute. My mistake, Steve. He got down to the 1-yard line. He was just shy. Wow. Look, premature call on my play. Looks like he got in. Well, he got down to the 1, and they got 4 tries to get in from there. And they give it back to Sorrentino. This time, they stack him up, and it looks like they're going to lose yardage back to the 3, and trying to rip it out of his possession was number 20, Richard Cannon.
Looks like Colton Green, number 7, came up a little bit limping.
5, 4, 3, 2. All right, so he lost a yard. It's 2nd and goal now from the 2. Clock running, 1:15 to play here in the second quarter. This broadcast brought to you in part by UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. All right, now on 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Amari Martin in the pistol with Sal Sorrentino behind him. Sorrentino gets the carry once again. He's trying to find his way into the end zone. He got behind the push, and this time, are they signaling it?
No, not yet.
Let's look to the official in the end zone. Oh, hey, I don't see an indication he scored.
Nope.
They just stopped him shy.
Now it's 3rd down, 3rd and goal.
All right. All right, and they have it now at the 1. So Sorrentino picked up a yard. Final 22 seconds ticking off. Here's 3rd and goal from the 1. Sorrentino again, the ball carrier. This time he's in. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
So Sal Sorrentino punches it in from the 1-yard line. And the Falcons are back in business, leading 13-12. Here's the replay. See, they kept going to Sorrentino, and they knew he would finally get in, didn't they?
Yeah, they should. Culpeper. To me, that was kind of nice. They should have bunched more in that box there, but they didn't. And now Fauquier made him pay for it.
On for the point after is Obi Pokasangre. The holder, Cameron Kubinski. And the Blue Devils are all over it, but there's a whistle to stop it before the play.
Yeah, it looks like it might be offside.
Culpeper.
Now
what do you do?
I would go for 2 if I was a coach, because if you get it, it's 15-12. That's a 3-point differential. If you go back with the PAT, Culpeper conceivably have a 3, could win on a field goal.
Well, and I think you're right. So here comes the offensive unit back in there. They can rethink this one now that the ball is at the 1-yard line, and they'll set up to go for 2. Justin Clark will be in there, of course. Sal Sorrentino. And they're going to call a timeout to think about it.
Yep. Well, no clock goes off. Time goes off on a PAT. Or 2 point.
13 seconds remaining. Falcons on top 13-12. And after this timeout, we'll line up to go for the 2-point try.
And seeing the tail of this half, basically, it's just Culpeper shooting itself in the foot.
Steve, have they been offsides 3 times tonight?
At least.
Is that what I don't have, we don't have a statistician. We have to sort of rely on our notes and memory. But
yeah, they've had 3.
And those offsides penalties have been, you wouldn't think that 5 yards usually hurts you.
Yeah.
But it depends on the situation.
Yeah, because they've had, they had 4th and 4 and jump off sides and give Fauquier new life. Same thing on a 3rd and 4.
All right.
Series.
All right, after the timeout, Falcons go for 2. Amari Martin. Who they go to? You guessed it, Sal Sorrentino. He got the touchdown, now he gets a 2-point conversion.
They made it look so easy where Culpeper tried and he just didn't get anywhere.
Well, looks like he had a good block over that left side. So our score, 15-12 Falcons, 13 seconds remaining in the second quarter. I think the Blue Devils received the second half kickoff.
Yes, they do.
Some of these numbers, the players whose names we don't get to call frequently, but 32, Caleb Jenkins, 17, Michael Street Boggs on the special teams here. Number 21, Savion Milam. Number 20, Richard Cannon. Cannon has played well for the Blue Devils, Steve, with some of his tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Soderholm had a couple carries last week. He's carried the ball, I think, once tonight. That's Grant Soderholm. He's a junior.
Let's see, it'd be great if we could get a kickoff return for TD right before half.
See, I like some of the names we come across as we travel the state and go to different high schools. Fauquier's kicker is Obi, first name, O-B-Y. Last name, Pocasangre. And that's spelled P-O-C-A-S-A-N-G-R-E.
Wow.
Pocasangre.
Then they got a kid named Tom Tom.
Yeah, I mean, his name is Thomas, but the nickname is Tom Tom. You know how it is. Most people have a nickname.
Yep.
We haven't given one the Nick yet, though. He's smiling. He doesn't know what's coming his way. Here's a penalty at the kickoff. We'll bring this one back, it looks like, and re-kick it.
Why? If it's called offsides.
It looked like they were offsides.
Yeah.
And not by one player, but several. They decided if they were going to be offsides, they're going to make it
You can't
really be offside.
You can't beat the kicker to the ball.
Well, and especially if you don't get away with it.
Yeah,
right.
True. No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll kick it from the 35.
Yeah.
See, this helps Culpeper, too. And if they can field. See, I'd be cheating up a little bit if I was Caleb Green or the other. Who's the other up back? Colton Green? Both the Green boys back there?
Well, I mean, do you kick away if you're Fauquier? Or do you try to avoid a return?
Well,
I
that kicker could try to see if he can land it between the, the front line to the second line.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, here's an opportunity for Culpeper. If they get their blocks.
Here's Pocasangre's kick.
Yeah, they want
not offsides. They put it in a spot where they can make it a 50-50, and Blue Devils Cannon comes away with it, and he returns nicely because he didn't have much running room. We made something out of nothing.
Yeah.
A good field position. See, the Blue Devils have, 7.8 seconds, and let's check. I'm not sure how many timeouts they have left.
1, it looks like up there, doesn't it? Yeah.
Is that what that is?
The football above the 2, it's 1. Yeah, 1 timeout. Now.
Yeah, I don't see that.
See where the 12 is?
Yeah.
And see the little football that's marking? That means they got a timeout left.
Oh, I thought it meant they had possession.
Oh, maybe you're right.
Yeah. Well, they have 7.8 seconds. They have the ball at their own 45. So everyone can do the math. And they're going to run it with Riley Vineyard. Vineyard's going to chew up those final seconds. Vineyard's in the open field. And this is how it looks like. Well, we may have time for one more play. He got down to the Fauquier 35, I believe.
It just got it in. Timeout Culpeper. Now you want to have, send everybody to the end zone.
Or you could line up for a 52-yard field goal.
Yeah, but that ain't going to happen. They'd be asking, well, hey, didn't they kick a 70-yard field goal last Sunday?
In the NFL?
Yeah. 70 yards.
Wow. I remember the day when Tom Dempsey kicked the 63-yarder when New Orleans was playing Detroit.
Yep.
And that record stood for a long time, didn't it?
Sure did. That kicker from Denver broke it.
That was, what was his last name? Not Milam. It'll come to me. But anyway, so now you have time just for one more play. And here's the Blue Devils, and they have the ball at the Fauquier 35. You'll see Fauquier is slow to line up here on defense. Here's Lentz with the snap. He's in a little bit of trouble, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. First sack of the night. And then we have a penalty flag coming in. I think it's going to be a late hit against Culpeper there. Yeah. Number 55, sort of piling on with Ricky Butler.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done that because the first penalty is against Fauquier.
So they were able to sack Lentz for a huge loss. Will they send the teams to the locker room?
Well, they probably will, but these penalties could be assessed in the start of the third quarter.
Right, that's what I'm thinking, yeah.
There's definitely unsportsmanlike conduct with number 55 jumping on the Fauquier player, Butler. That was uncalled for.
Did you see an infraction by the Fauquier player before that? Because I didn't notice.
Yeah, it was down.
There's personal foul here. It is against Culpeper and a holding against Culpeper.
That's what it.
Okay. Time has expired. Our first half is in the book.
Yep.
Falcons and Blue Devils to their respective locker rooms with Fauquier on top, 15-12. Enjoy the halftime. We'll come back for the third quarter kickoff. When we get to that point, stay tuned. You're watching Blue Devils football on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members. And the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
All right, welcome back to our broadcast from Fauquier High School in Warrenton, Virginia. It's halftime. And tonight, it's at the intermission was the homecoming court here at Fauquier because this is the Falcon homecoming. And we enjoyed watching that. And we're getting ready to start the third quarter. Blue Devils will be receiving the kickoff. Here come the Falcons now back onto the field. And they lead 15-12, Steve Peacock. What are your takeaways from that first half for both teams?
Well, let's start with Culpeper. They should have more than 7 points on the board, but they would start drives and then they'd start going backwards with penalties. And, the turnovers weren't that many. And there's like one fumble in the whole first half. So the thing that's been hurting the Blue Devils is the penalties in inopportune times. Fauquier, on their side, they were able to capitalize on it. I'm impressed with that Justin Clark, their wide receiver. He's a guy they have to account for, and one of the mistakes Culpeper had was when he went in motion, no one from the Blue Devils went with him, and he was too wide open down the end zone, and that's how he caught that touchdown pass. So right now, Fauquier, to me, looking at it, they've come out with a fire in their belly. It's homecoming, I get it, and Culpeper needs to find that fire in their belly. They need to find that team that beat Eastern View 15-14.
Yeah.
That's the team that Culpeper can be, and, that's what I'd want to see here to start third quarter. Start running the football, stop making mistakes, don't be jumping off sides, and you can beat this team.
Right.
But defensively, you got to tighten up, too. You can't give up the big play.
Well, and speaking of mistakes and penalties, that second quarter or first half ended with a double penalty against Culpeper.
Right.
They were called for both holding and a personal foul.
Well, the personal foul, that was uncalled for. What happened there, you just don't pile on after the kid's down. You just pile drive him. But the other one was holding. So we'll see where the officials are going to mark it.
Well, our score is 15-12 in favor of the Falcons. I think that the Blue Devils, as you pointed out, they had some critical offsides penalties that hurt them.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 of them, to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
It took them out of field position 1. The other one took away first downs.
And we mentioned that Culpeper's crosstown rival Eastern View, they have their bye week this week, so they're off, and they'll be back in action. I think we go down to Caroline next week to see the Cyclones and Cavaliers.
The Cavaliers of Caroline.
And you said they're an improved team.
They're very improved. They're going to surprise people in this district. They were a young team for the last couple of years, but they've got a coaching staff that's been there. He's developed its players, and they definitely got a good skill set with their skill set players. It's going to be a tough task for Eastern View to beat them down there in Caroline.
All right. Well, Obi Pocasangre teeing it up to kick off for the Falcons.
It didn't look like they didn't tack on any yardage, Mark. They just called those penalties were dead half over.
That's interesting, too. So those were ordinarily very hurtful penalties when you think about a holding and a personal foul.
Yeah, you're talking about 25 yards.
Yeah.
So,
but as you pointed out, Fauquier's kicking off from the 40-yard line. Mm-hmm. And it's a short kick. This one's a live ball, and the Blue Devils look like they've gotten on it, recovered it there at about the 37, and that was, let's see, Malachi Brock.
Yeah, now we'll see if Culpeper can put together a good drive here.
All right, looks like they're going to put it down at the, let's see, looks like the 30, yeah, 37.
There you go. Now, see, I expect the Blue Devils here to come out and play some ball control football. Get back to your basics. What brought you here is your running attack. Stay with it.
Riley Vineyard in the backfield wearing jersey number 2 tonight. He has one of the touchdowns. Caleb Green has the other for the Blue Devils. Riley Lentz back there with Cameron Mardus. And they snap it to Riley Vineyard. Vineyard gets untracked. They closed pretty quickly to the Falcon defense. He had a crease to run through and simply ran out of room on that far side of the field, Steve, after about a gain of 3 yards.
Yeah, I mean, Riley's wanting to break it. They're keying on him, obviously. But what I like what Fauquier's doing is they're making the sideline an extra defender. When Riley gets that ball, he's running around that corner. They want to push him down to the out of bounds and make that another defender of the boundary.
All right, here's 2nd and 6 for the Blue Devils. From the 41. Caleb Green made the first man miss, and then he burst through the line of scrimmage. He gets out to about midfield, pick up of 9 yards on the play, and a Blue Devil first down.
That was a very good run by Caleb Green, Mark. He came running there. That defender didn't have a hold of his jersey. That was another 6 right there. He found a hole, and that's what the Blue Devils got to do. They got to be patient with your blocks, follow your blockers, and no mistakes.
All right, 1st and 10 now from the 49. And I believe this is Vineyard, the ball carrier. And they stand him up, pushing back.
Yeah, there's a penalty.
After he got to the 45, and you saw that one coming, and you saw that one coming, didn't you, Steve?
Yes, that's going to be unsportsmanlike. They threw it against Culpeper. They got to do it here.
All right, well, as they sort this one out, here it is right here.
Yeah.
It's going to be a personal foul against Fauquier. It should cost them 15 yards.
Yep.
And they walk it off here.
Now,
As they do that, we'll say that localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. Well, now after the walk-off, Blue Devils now have it at the Fauquier 28-yard line, where it's 1st and 10. 10:24, clock moving. Third quarter action, 15-12 Falcons. Riley Lentz to Caleb Green in the backfield. Caleb Green with a burst of energy and full throttle forward down to about the 20-yard line, and that's a pickup of 8 yards and brings up 2nd and 2.
Mark, that was a very easy pitch and catch right there. Caleb Green got the 8 yards, and that was just wide open right there. That's what they got to do. They got to make Fauquier uncomfortable on defense here.
This drive aided by that 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty against Fauquier. Blue Devils now have it at the Falcon 20. And it's 2nd and short. Lentz fakes it, keeps it. Lentz straight ahead. He will have a first down. He got inside the 15 down to about the 13, 7 yards, and a Blue Devil first down.
And Mark, I like what they're doing on offense. The Blue Devils are.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to put it in the air. They've made a couple passes, but they're getting it in the ground game. That's kudos to their offensive line. They're able to get that push up front.
All right, now 1st and 10 Blue Devils from the Falcon 13. 9:17, clock ticking, third quarter. This is the opening drive of this third quarter. And they snap it to number 9 that time for Culpeper, Steve. That's Grant Soderholm. They stack him up after a short gain. Well, you know, this broadcast brought to you in part by our live sponsor, Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. All right, Soderholm picked up a yard, minus or 2 make it. Ball's at the 11. It's 2nd down and 8. Soderholm remains in the backfield, but Caleb Green gets the carry. Tries to stiff arm Sal Sorrentino. Sorrentino shook that off and tackled Caleb Green for a loss. Back to the 14, a loss of 3.
And Mark, Fauquier read that the whole time. And see that when Caleb got the ball, that defender for Fauquier, Sorrentino, was already across the line and cut him off and made it, Caleb couldn't go anywhere.
Well, now after the loss, it's 3rd and 11. Now from the 14 for the Blue Devils.
Now everyone's playing up. I'd be hitting a pass here.
Up, stoppage.
Yep.
This one's going to be a false start against the Blue Devils. That'll push them back to the 19. That'll bring up 3rd down and 16.
Again, Mark, they just can't stand prosperity, can they? I mean, it's just they get there and then let's get out of here. And they don't.
Thou shalt not be prosperous.
But
to the 19. Well, I was looking at a 3rd and 11. Now we're looking at a 3rd and 16. Don't go backwards, go forward. All right. 3rd and long. Coming up here. And another stoppage. Is it the same?
No, it's offside.
Wait, hey, they get those 5 yards back.
You get 5 yards back.
Fauquier said, look, if you can do it, we can do it.
You can, I can. No, you can't, I can.
Back to the 14 it goes. Now we're back to 3rd and 11 where we were 2 plays ago.
Now, you got to go back to the plays that got you the big yards. You see, the problem with that spin offense like he's running, the problem is that you are going to get offsides. You're going to get illegal procedures.
Well, let's see what they draw up here on 3rd and 11. This is Vineyard all the way. He's behind a wall of blockers. Vineyard 10. Inside the 5, and pushing forward just shy of the goal line down at the 1 is Vineyard, and a Blue Devil first down.
What a run there by Riley Vineyard. Wearing number 2 tonight, he was just able to break it open on the corner. Look what he did. He just ran through one guy and another.
Well,
tried to stretch for the.
Steve, you know who you got by for those last 5 yards was Justin Clark.
Because, Clark's a wide receiver. I know he's playing defense. He don't want to hit that. He doesn't want to have to hit Riley Vineyard when he has a full head of steam.
Well, warm up your vocal cords for your signature exclamation because it's 1st and goal now from the 1 yard line. Straight ahead is Soderholm, number 9. Grant Soderholm in from 1.
Touchdown, Blue Devils. Soderholm in for 1 yard out. Now Culpeper takes the lead, 18-15.
With 6:17 to play in the 3rd quarter. This was the opening drive, and the Blue Devils put it together to score on its opening possession in the 3rd, and the Blue Devils have reclaimed the lead. It's 18-15. And Acevedo on for the point after. And his kick is up and no good. Another missed point after.
That's 2 in a row, and that's unlike him. He had a good leg on it.
Looked like the blocking was there. The hold was fine.
It's just that he's either, it's like a golf shot. You got to make sure your foot gets under the ball and be able to kick it. But if you come in high, kind of top it, or you come in before your foot hits the ground for the ball, you chunk it. But that was a decent field goal, but just didn't have the accuracy. I thought it was going to bounce over, but.
Steve, 18-15. That's not the year, that's the score. So, sounds kind of odd, though, doesn't it? 18-15.
I mean, if you're in a pool and you got the numbers 8 and 5, you'd be going, what kind of score is that?
What's happening? All right.
You want a 3 and 0 or 7s?
Yeah, 7, 14, 21, that sort of thing. All right. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673. 6:17 to play here at Fauquier High School. In the 3rd quarter, Blue Devils back on top, 18-15. They took that 3rd quarter kickoff, started from their own 37. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Unofficially 10 plays, 63 yards, capped by the 1 yard run by Grant Soderholm. Point after missed. That brings us up to date, 18-15. Another short kick. Fair catch signaled and caught at the 32.
Yeah, they're not going to. I know Culpeper's strategy on kickoffs. They don't want to kick it to Clark. So that's why they're doing those pooch kicks. That's why I'm thinking Acevedo, he needs to go and find the field goal net and start practicing some of those kicks while he's on the sideline.
All right, well, Fauquier will get its first possession of the 3rd quarter.
And Fauquier's got a good place kicker, so that miss could loom big.
Amari Martin, Falcon quarterback in the pistol. Sorrentino behind him. Sorrentino the ball carrier. He's got running room right side. And defenders finally come up to greet him near the 45-yard line after a pickup of nearly 13 yards.
And Mark, I saw what's wrong. There was nobody on that outside. The Blue Devil front line defense pinched in, and Sorrentino had a wide open, right around the corner. And that's an adjustment they got to make.
All right, 6 minutes. Clock ticking, 3rd quarter. 15 Fauquier, 18 Culpeper. 3-point advantage right now for the Blue Devils. But the Falcons on the move. Good field position from their own 45. Man in motion is Clark. They pitch it to Clark. Here is Clark. And he broke a couple of tackles, and he picked down, it looked like he picked up enough for another first down.
Again, I'm going to keep saying this on blue in the face.
Here he is there.
When you see Clark cutting across motion, where is Culpeper's motion man? You know, he's getting there too late. When you see Clark in motion, that's pretty much a telltale sign the ball is going to him, either a handoff or a throw.
Ball now at the Culpeper 44.
See, we only have one deep. That's Caleb Green, deep safety, so they're playing man.
Here's Amari Martin with Sorrentino behind him. Sorrentino, the ball carrier, bounces to the outside, makes a cut, turns upfield, knocked out of bounds near the 30, a pickup of 14 yards and another Falcon first down. This broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530.
And Mark, they haven't found an answer yet for that run. I mean, Fauquier has definitely found a chink in Culpeper's defense right there, and they're keeping running it on the open corners.
All right. Will it be Sorrentino again? No, he's going to block. Amari Martin's going to throw. Throw the end zone, looking for Clark, and looked like he was in position to bring it in, just outside his reach.
Yep.
And defend. Here it is. Here's the replay on this one, Steve.
Watch what happens here. He's got it covered. Then Clark gets a step.
He did get a step just outside his reach, but not much. And defending was Savion Milam for the Blue Devils.
And you got to understand, Clark's their go-to guy. So I would play a two deep here, cover two, and then sitting there. They're playing man up with Caleb being the strong safety in the back, but he couldn't get over there fast enough. Now Clark's way deep.
All right, here's second down. Here come the Blue Devils. They pick up the blitz, and then Sorrentino is tackled by number 32, Caleb Jenkins. Let's see, check the spot here. Looks like they're going to have it at the 27-yard line. He picked up 3.
Mark, we had number 50 in for Culpeper. We haven't called his name too much.
Yeah, that's Tristan Butler.
Yeah, he's in there in that D line.
Mm-hmm. Right over the middle. In the middle of that line.
Yep.
Uh-oh. They jumped. They weren't called offsides. This is Sorrentino again, the ball carrier. Looking for a little running room. This time they were able to stack him up.
Yeah.
For a short gain.
Was there a penalty? No, they didn't get him for jumping.
Seems like there may be a little bit of a verbal exchange between some of the players there. Let's see. The line of scrimmage was at 27. And that's about where it is right now. So they were able to stop him. And here is fourth down. I think, will they go for the field goal here?
Yeah, I think they might be going. They got a kicker that can kick it. Let's see. No, they're not. They're.
Well, maybe they're waiting. Yeah, the kicker is there in there. It's Obi Poca Sangre from the 30. So this will be a 40-yard field goal attempt here. Here is his kick. It's long enough, but it's no good. It's wide left.
It's wide left.
40-yard field goal attempt, no good. Didn't we have a field goal attempt from that range earlier? It missed?
Yep.
It was wide left.
That one just was short. It just wasn't long enough. It just fell right under the crossbar.
Did it?
Yep. It was accurate, but it just didn't have enough leg. It died right in front. And see, Fauquier thought they got it, and the official said nope. Now let's see if Culpeper can.
So Culpeper will take over.
Yep. Drive. Let's see if they can drive it down.
All right, so third quarter action, 2:53 to play in this one. Culpeper takes over at its own 20. And so they're able to turn back the Falcon threat and cling to that 3-point lead as Riley Lentz is the ball carrier. He lost his footing after he crossed the line of scrimmage. and was tackled after a 1 or 2 yard pickup. Well, this broadcast is brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. So Lentz picked up a couple. 2nd and 8 on its way here as the clock continues to run. 2:15 and counting here in the third quarter. 18-15 our score in favor of the Blue Devils. Here's Vineyard. He did pick up a block, and he stiff-armed the defender at the 25, and they tackle him out of bounds at about the 28, it looks like.
Is that Lentz laying the block, or is that
Well, it was it 14?
I just know somebody just could have laid down that number 11 for Fauquier, and I thought Vineyard could pick up a few more yards.
Well, that number 11 you're referring to is Payne Massey.
He got pancaked.
Yeah. All right, here it is. 3rd down. 1 yard to go for a first down. And here is the snap to Riley Vineyard, and he plows ahead, ever forward, and always churning. Picked up a first down.
Right behind big number 70.
Okay, well, and we need to call that name. That's Ryder Sellers.
Yeah, he was right. Riley was right up his backside.
Got to the 39-yard line, first down. Minute 12 to play. This broadcast brought to you in part by UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. Under a minute to play. New set of downs. Here's Brock. Brock breaking tackles and plowing ahead to the 45-yard line of Fauquier. That's about a 16-yard pickup for Brock.
Watch his run. He just runs right behind his blockers.
Mm-hmm.
He's setting them up, and that was a good run there by Brock. And I think basically you got to now impose your will on this team. You've proven you can run it on them. Now you just keep pounding. Let that clock run.
18 yards, actually, the pickup that time by Malachi Brock. And the final 30 seconds are ticking off here in this third quarter. Blue Devils in pretty good shape here. And Vineyard, the ball carrier, out to the 40, giving 3, 2nd and 7 on its way.
Yeah, he ran right behind big number 66 for Culpeper.
Oh, okay, and that is Cameron Dotson. I believe the ball carrier was actually that time. It was Brock again,
right.
So it's 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, they're using Brock because, he's more of a speed back, where Vineyard's a power back.
Well, there's this sound that signals the end of the third quarter. Our score, 18-15 Blue Devils. Take a quick break, come back for the fourth right after this.
Broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
All right, welcome back to our broadcast and to the start of the fourth quarter, which witnesses the Blue Devils in possession. And they had the ball at the 39-yard line, and it remains that way as we start this fourth quarter. Blue Devils look at 2nd down and 6, leading 18-15.
Now, they ran a play. Why'd they stop it? I guess because the truck was still on the side. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a whistle for stoppage, thinking there might be a penalty, but it wasn't. There was just a delay in the action. So it is 2nd down and 6 for the Blue Devils as we start this 4th quarter. Here comes Caleb Green. Shed 2 tacklers, and now he's down to the 20, 15-10, being chased. Looks like Caleb Green's going to make it into the end zone from 39 yards out.
Touchdown, Blue Devils. Caleb Green, 39 yards out, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Well, there he goes again.
Yep.
And giving chase.
They couldn't catch him.
Yeah, it was number 11, Payne Massey. Couldn't catch. I tell you, he must be deceptively fast.
He's deceptively, you took the words right out of my mouth. Sneaky good, sneaky quick.
24-15, Green's 2nd touchdown of the game, as you pointed out. He had that 30-yard scamper in the first half.
And he's a little winded, but got to get some players in here.
Well, the holder is Isaac Weigert for the kicker, Saul Acevedo. They've had much luck tonight with the point afters.
You got that one.
Snap was high. The holder got it down, and Acevedo, that's what they need.
Yep.
They need a bad snap and a bad, that's what.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. But sometimes, it's just all part of the same link. Got to have a good snap, got to have a good hold, and you got to have a block up front, and your kicker, of course, got to get some air under that ball, and Acevedo converts. So, 25-15. Steve, we still have those numbers of 5 that sort of make it sound odd. 25-15.
I know it does. I mean, they're 25-15, still 10-point deficit. Now see what if Culpeper can keep Fauquier out of the end zone.
Well, localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. What do you think of that? I got a young fellow here looking at us, Steve. He's how old would you say he is?
6.
6? Are you 6? You guessed it. Yeah, good-looking fellow right here, taking in all the things that we're saying. He probably thinks, who are those strange guys with those headsets on?
I wish we get him on TV.
Yeah. Yeah. But he was taking it all in. You guessed his age, 6. Yeah.
Yeah. I got grandchildren right around that age.
Well, it's a good age to be. Enjoy those kids when you can. Well, Acevedo has teed it up. Will kick off for the Blue Devils, who now enjoy a 10-point advantage, 25-15.
Yeah, you go for the 6. They love their daddies and mamas. When they're 16, they don't want to do anything with us. Don't embarrass me, Dad.
Yeah. And, here's Acevedo's kick. I might return to that to comment on here in just a second. This one gets past the return man. He's got to pick it up. He's going to be tackled immediately inside the 10-yard line. And making that tackle for Culpeper was Michael Street Boggs.
Yep, that was a good play there by Culpeper. That's where it worked. He got away from the Fauquier return man, and now Culpeper's, now the field is flipped a little bit. Now see if Culpeper can hang in here and stop him and force a 3 and out.
Because Fauquier now is pinned back deep in its own territory inside the 10. They're going to start this one from their own 8, and they are down by 10 points.
But watch for the big play for Clark. You got to put somebody on him. Here he is out there wide left.
And Amari Martin is quarterback. Next to him, Sal Sorrentino. Sorrentino's had a good game for these Falcons. That was Clark. They fake it to him. They hand off to Sorrentino, and the Blue Devils are there waiting for him. They stop him after a 2-yard pickup. There's a penalty flag that comes in at the end of this play.
And this, I hope it's not against Culpeper because it's going to be an unsportsmanlike. See what the call is here. If it's against Fauquier, it's going to be half the distance.
The man in the white hat says
it's going against Culpeper.
He says nothing yet.
Do you pick up the flag? Come on now, officials. They take way too long in this.
Yeah, I'm going to say, let's get it on. Do this.
Well, they're talking. I mean, if you throw it, stand by your conviction. They did it. If they did or didn't, but don't sit there and say, well, maybe you could be.
Here it comes. After the play.
Dead ball.
Good ball fell unsportsmanlike against Fauquier.
How
about that?
Yeah.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike. Culpeper.
Play
Do they offset?
Yep.
All right. All right.
Here
So
goes-
it's second down.
Takes 2 to tango. Now the Pistols calling the captains in over here at the end and saying, got to stop with the pleasantries, boys. Play nice.
So it looks like they marked it off against Fauquier first, which would have been half the distance back to the 4. And now they mark this off against the Blue Devils, and they have it at the 20 after all that.
Jeez. See, Fauquier came out ahead. How did they committed a penalty? They should be offsetting. I don't get this one.
Well, because you can't penalize them 15
Right.
yards.
Okay.
They had the ball at the 8.
Yeah, but then they get good field position, and Culpeper suffers because of the penalty.
And the moral of the story?
Is? I don't know.
Don't get those
Go.
penalties.
Don't get those pesky calls.
Unsportsmanlike. Yeah, avoid those, always. All right, from the 20 now, go the Falcons. Showing pressure is Caleb Jenkins. Amari Martin throws far side and looking for his receiver there, number 4. And I'm trying to see it now. We're outside, Steve. That's Brian Green, incomplete pass.
That brings up second down.
Well, this broadcast brought to you by our live sponsor, Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556, 11:36 to play. Handoff Sal Sorrentino. Sorrentino breaking a tackle or two and getting out to about the 25-yard line.
On the clear. Gain of 5 on the play.
Yeah, so we're in this 4th and final quarter, opening minute of it. Here's a penalty flag coming in very late on this one.
I don't know what. Is someone saying something or yelling or? See, this is what kills you. He waved it off.
All right. Yeah, that would have been just,
Third down for the Falcons.
what would you say?
Third down and 4.
Would be icing on the cake, that's for sure. But they got to stop the penalties. I'd be telling them, stop talking. Play football.
Ball at the 26.
Quit woofing.
Third down and 4 for the Falcons. They trail 25-15. 10:57 to play. Clock moving. 4th quarter. Here's Martin. Throwing. Incomplete. And now 4th down. That one intended
Pass incomplete. Intended for Green.
for Brian Green. And now 4th down, we'll see the Fauquier punting team.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to try go for it here at 4th down, even though they're down by 10.
Athletic department would like to thank the Warrington Fire and Rescue Squad for helping with tonight's game.
Jacob Branham
You give us here at
is the Falcon punter.
Thank you.
Now, boys don't jump off sides.
Yeah. Because it's 4th and 4, exactly. 5-yard penalty would give the Falcons a first down without having to work for it. All right, there's a snap. Nobody jumps. Here's the kick. This is going to take a Falcon roll. It will not be returned.
It's
And
lucky.
they'll mark it down at the Culpeper 31.
It's lucky it didn't hit a Culpeper player first. I thought it might have.
All right. Well, with 10 minutes and 38 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter, Blue Devils up by 10, 25-15. And this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673. Okay. So Blue Devils back on offense. They were able to stop the Falcons and force that Falcon punt. Riley Lentz, the ball carrier, got behind Vineyard. They tackle him at the 34, picked up with 3 yards. Making the tackle for Fauquier was Tom Sanford.
And what, Culpeper needs to do, I like they're going to be running the football, but they're going to have to mix in a couple passes. They need to have a good drive here and just chew up that clock.
Exactly. Well, time is on their side. The score is on their side. They're up by 10 points. As you say, if you put together a long, methodical drive, you chew the clock up, and you keep the Falcon offense off the field. That's sort of the goal, right?
Yep.
Second down. This time they try it this way. Riley Vineyard, the ball carrier. They got behind his blocks, made a cut upfield, got across the 40, out to about the 42, 8 yards, and a Blue Devil first down.
That's what we got to be doing. Keep churning up that yardage.
Keep on churning till the cows come home, Steve.
Yep. Keep them doggies rolling.
Rolling. Rawhide. Yeah, Steve and I, we go back a few decades. Steve, a few decades.
A few.
All right, out to the 42. New set of downs, Blue Devils. This time, ball carrier is Soderholm breaking tackles into that Falcons secondary down at the 35-yard line.
Good run there right there by Soderholm, just right up the middle. And they weren't expecting him to carry the football because they were keying on Vineyard.
Well, he just sort of makes the most of his opportunities, doesn't he?
Sure does.
All the way down to the Falcon 35. That's a pickup of 23 yards by Soderholm.
And see, the stadium's got very eerily quiet.
Eerily quiet. Exactly. All right. Soderholm remains in the backfield alongside Riley Vince. Cameron Marduz is back there. Caleb Green. Straight ahead is the ball carrier, Cameron Marduz. And I think they faked out a lot of the Falcon defenders on that play because Marduz shot out of a cannon. Here's another look at it.
Yep.
See, it's that short snap right there to Marduz. Straight ahead he goes, and it's just he has daylight ahead of him. And then making probably what was a touchdown-saving tackle was Tom Sanford.
Because Fauquier's stacking everybody in the box, so you get past the first level, you're going to get some positive yards. And right now, this is what Culpeper needs.
15-yard pickup and another Blue Devil first down. They have it 1st and 10 from the Falcon 20. Clock running, 8:15 to go. Soderholm, the ball carrier, over the right side. And this is working really nicely for them. That play is dead.
Yeah.
He got down to about the 11, it looks like. Well, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Found & Sons. More than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530.
And Mark, what I'm seeing right now, Fauquier's tired, especially on the defensive front. They're getting worn out by the Blue Devil offensive line, and they're showing it.
Yeah, and this is the kind of drive that will wear on a defense, the way Culpeper's moving this ball. They started out in their own 31-yard line. They have it at the Fauquier 12. Here's Brock to the outside. Brock's going to be stood up near the 5-yard line and forced out of bounds.
Yeah, but we got a flag on the field there. That was thrown by the head judge, head ref.
Holding. Going to bring it back against the Blue Devils.
Holding on the Blue Devils.
Yep. That's going to knock him back.
Line of scrimmage was the 12.
We're at the 22.
Yep. 10-yarder. But the clock continues to run. And that's working against the Falcons.
Culpeper, it's still second down. Just rip off another good run here.
Second down and 12. Brock, the ball carrier, breaking a tackle, charging straight ahead down to the 5-yard line. Big pickup by Brock.
That was just power right there by Brock. I didn't think he had that much power in him. He's showing me something tonight.
All right, straight ahead. He got behind the block of Cameron Marduz there. Yeah. He broke a tackle, then burst full speed ahead down to about the 5.
And that brought him his 1st and goal, too.
All right, yeah, they have it out. It's actually at the 6. So it's 1st and goal from the 6. Brock remains in the backfield. Cameron Marduz would be the lead blocker if they bypass him there, and they do. He blocks for Brock, who pushes it in from 6 yards out.
Touchdown, Blue! Blue Devils. Brock from 6 yards out for the Blue Devil TD.
Here it is. Mardus again, the lead blocker, and the line did its job, and then Brock ran over that defender in the end zone, and that was none other than Justin Clark. 31-15. So, Steve, Blue Devils have opened it up here in the second half.
Yes, they have, and they played way smarter than they in the second half versus the first.
Isaac Weigert, the holder for Saul Acevedo. His kick is up, and his kick is no good. But it's not likely to hurt them at this juncture.
No, I thought it was good, but I guess it's just wide. He's kicking it wide. He needs to, move over a little bit on the hash.
31-15, Steve. What was our score at the half? 15-12?
Yep.
Yeah.
So basically, Culpeper has scored the last 18, right? 3 touchdowns. It was what? It was 15-12.
For the last 19 points.
Yeah.
Well, how about the emergence of Brock running the ball tonight?
That's surprising. We haven't seen him all year until now, basically. He's been, because you can, Riley Vineyard plays both ways, and you don't want to keep wearing out Riley. And
well, so does Caleb Green.
Caleb Green does the same thing.
And Green's got those two touchdown runs tonight.
And
of course, Vineyard's been predictably a workhorse.
And Lentz has been good.
Lentz, yeah.
And, Soderholm and Brock.
Soderholm, yeah. And then you've got Cameron Mardus doing a nice job of some of these lead blocks.
And it's good when you can run fresh backs against a tired defense.
We have 6:34 to play here in the fourth. And the Blue Devils now up by 16, 31-15. Here is Acevedo's kick. This one. Getting under it near the 30-yard line. Watch out. That's Clark. No, it's not Clark. It's number 10, isn't it? Are you picking up? Yeah.
It's number 10.
No, it's number 18.
18, okay.
That was not Clark. That was a dangerous return, courtesy of number 18.
Yes.
He's not on here. All right, want to make sure of that one. I thought at first it was Clark.
It's 18. I see him right here.
All right, you're looking at number 18, and somehow he didn't make the roster. Well, there's your phantom player of the night, Steve.
Phantom player.
You got to have one of those.
Yeah, phantom player of the night.
But, Steve, on that return, all the way out to the Culpeper 35.
Yeah, you don't want to give a quick score up here, and then you get Fauquier's a minute right in the game.
Exactly. Blue Devils showing pressure. Well, they back off. 3-man front. Amari Martin, here comes the pressure. They tackle him for a huge sack all the way back to the 45-yard line. And then on the tackle that time for the Blue Devils, Steve, was number 32. You're looking at the replay here. That was Caleb Jenkins. Watch Jenkins shoot that gap. There he goes.
Yep.
And then coming over for the assist was number 55, Ricky Butler.
And see, Ricky Butler's already had one on him, and he's sitting there, hitting his helmet. Maybe, they're going to call that. You can't show up another player, but it looks like this one's going against Fauquier.
They're moving in that direction, aren't they?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have Teresa Brown please report to the press box? Teresa Brown.
You got number 52 in for Culpeper first time
We have something for you.
in the defense.
Caden Kropp. 57, and in there it's Garrett Reingruber.
Yep. And they took was it Ricky, who 32 was? Ricky Jenkins?
Oh, Caleb Jenkins.
No, not Caleb.
You said 32.
I know. This the guy that got the penalty at the first half, at the end of the half.
Was it Ricky
Butler?
Butler?
Yeah, Ricky Butler.
So here's a call, dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike, personal foul against the Blue Devils. All right, now they mark it off.
Yeah.
But see, this is the sort of thing we've been talking about. These unsportsmanlike penalties by either team, it's like, what are you thinking?
I know. I mean, that's like, you had to sack. Be happy you sacked. You don't need to go and point, and start woofing. That's why Coach Sherry, he took the offending player off and said, look,
Yep.
this isn't the pros. This isn't –
Amari Martin, that's Justin Clark in motion. In the backfield is Jonathan Mills. He's going to block for Amari Martin, who's throwing, and then unable to haul that one in. That looked like a routine pass play to Brian Green. Just unable to haul it in.
Hauled in. It was right there.
And it brings up 3rd down and 4 to go for the Falcons. They have it at the Blue Devil 29. Just under 6 minutes to play here in this 4th and final segment. Blue Devils showing pressure again with Caleb Jenkins, but he backs off. Here's Amari Martin. Jenkins rushes. They pick him up, but then he fights off that block and then makes the sack. Does Jenkins. There he is.
Yeah.
And then coming up with it was number 57, Garrett Reingruber. Let's see if there's actually a fumble. Here's Jenkins coming in, wards off the block, gets to the ball carrier. The ball is loose. But I don't think, there's another one coming in very late.
That's going against Fauquier. The players are saying something to the ref. He's probably going to be thrown out here. See what
yeah, this is just.
This is, it's getting chippy. It's going to be unsportsmanlike. Let's see how they mark it off. Yep.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike. Fauquier.
Yep.
All right, don't get too quick to the line of scrimmage. If you're red jerseys, you got to backpedal a little bit.
Yep.
Backpedal. All the way back into Fauquier territory at the 47-yard line. So they went from the Culpeper 29 to the Fauquier 47. And they've got 4th and long.
You see, Culpeper's just teeing off now.
And they got a different quarterback in there. He's throwing. That was number 13, the backup quarterback, Cameron Kubinski, was throwing for the intended receiver, C.J. Zolba. So incomplete pass should bring up a turnover on downs. The ball back to the Blue Devils, Steve Peacock.
Yep, they sure do get the ball back here now. You won't see the ball in the air here from Culpeper. Now, watch I say that, they'll throw it. But, you want to keep the foot on the gas and just use this to, just grind out this ball game here. Last 5.5 minutes.
Culpeper, Fauquier 48-yard line. 5:31 to play in this one. And this broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371.
Now, I like this timeout call by Coach Sherry because he wants to get his troops back over here and say, look, we don't need to be showing up the team, doing all that. All we need to be doing is sit there, play our game, and let's win this ball game and go home. So we'll see what they're going to.
Well, if the Blue Devils hold on and win here, as it looks like they will, up by 16 points, 5.5 minutes to play, and they have the football. I really like they have a solid running game, Steve.
Yep, they do. I like it.
And Riley Lentz, when he does throw, he can be efficient. They just don't have to throw very often.
Exactly. Well, they came out as a different team in the second half.
They did. That's an excellent point. They did. Whatever instructions they were given by Coach Sherry and his staff, they must have been listening. The one thing both teams have to shore up with these unsportsmanlike penalties.
Yep.
Just Colton Green, the ball carrier, and they stack him up at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Clock, you need to run.
Yep. We'll have that charge next week.
Yeah.
We were talking to, you mentioned earlier that we set up our broadcast table out in the stands.
In the stands, yep.
Yeah. Rather than inside the press box. Got a great view. And it's been a fun time. Clock is running under 5 minutes to play here in this fourth. Ball carrier Soderholm down to the 40. 8-yard pickup for Soderholm.
Washington on the tackle.
And we got an injured player, and that Falcon player wears jersey number 52, and that would be Ronan Zelasco. Ronan Zelasco.
He's not getting up. He's hurt.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. As they attend to him, we'll say that this broadcast is brought to you in part by UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. We appreciate each and every one of our sponsors, which include LocalSportsHistory.com, Able Heating and Air, Battlefield Automotive, Found & Sons, K&N Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, and UVA Community Credit Union. Nick Morris is the man behind the camera, and what a quick study he's been.
Yep, been great.
And a thoughtful guy who probably sticks to the motto, be prepared.
Yep. Be prepared.
And
Always
so
got motto.
the player being assisted off the field, Steve, can you pick up that number?
50.
Is it?
Is it 50 or 58?
Let's see.
It's 50.
It's going to hard to see it from here. I'm on the near sidelines. It is. Oh, you're right. I think it is 50.
Yeah.
Back to the run they go.
And they're just running up the middle.
And it looks like
the tush push.
Yeah.
Just getting a big pile.
Scrub.
It's
Yeah.
almost like rugby.
I was thinking the same thing.
Scrum, they're in there.
Well, it wasn't there's no 50 on the roster. So I think that was 52, Ronan Zelasco,
Okay.
big lineman. But in any event, hopefully he's okay. He was assisted to the sideline. This clock continues to run. We're under 4 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter at Fauquier High School. And the Blue Devils, certainly in the driver's seat. They should be able to get out of here tonight with a win and improve to 3-2 on the season.
Yep. It's a little chill in the air, too. Falls upon us.
Yeah, it is. And this time, this is his first carry tonight. This is Caleb Jenkins running the ball for the Blue Devils. Straight ahead he went.
Yeah, they're just taking their time, getting off the pile. Clock continue to run.
10, 15, 20, 21-yard line. Yeah, like you say, the clock does continue to melt away, approaching the 3-minute mark. And we've got Caleb Jenkins in the backfield. Colton Green is back there. Cameron Marduse. And number 15 is Brady Crowder, Steve. And on the end there, Jossie Shiflett. All right, here is 15, Brady Crowder. Crowder tackled by Fauquier's Sal Sorrentino.
But he got the first down.
Yeah, his first carry of the night. Brady Crowder. And the clock continues to run, 2:25 to go.
Yeah.
10, 15, looks like the ball now is at the 19. And if you're Culpeper, you don't have to be in a hurry to do anything.
No. Want that clock to.
And Steve, also in there, number 10, Ashton Cox.
Okay, they didn't call them much this
Yeah.
year.
30.
It's good to get these players some playing time. They deserve it. They're there at practice every day, and they're busting their rear ends, and they want to get an opportunity to play.
Well, and over center is Ryder Sellers. The center is over the ball, I meant. They go back to the run, and they sling him forward rather than backward. And that's the ball carrier.
30.
Coming up, 32 was Caleb Jenkins. And as you pointed out, you're getting some players get some touches really for the first time.
Exactly, because you never know. Next man up.
Next man up mentality, always. 13-yard line is the line of scrimmage, and Caleb Jenkins remains in the backfield, as does Colton Green, Cameron Marduse, and Brady Crowder. And this is Colton Green, the ball carrier. And he got down to the 5. Or make it the 10, rather.
Yeah. He wants to get on the scoreboard like his brother. But it looks like he's coming out.
No, actually to the 9.
Oh, he's getting
1 minute and counting.
He's getting the play. Yeah, they're probably just say take a knee.
Mentioned Ashton Cox is in there. Big number 75 is Sebastian Schultz. Schultz. Ryder Sellers, the center.
See nothing, I know nothing.
Left guard, Garrett Reingruber. Right guard, Caden Kropp. The snap, this is Jenkins. And Jenkins attracts a swarm of red jerseys.
And this will be it.
Yep, they're going to count down these final 20 seconds. So the Blue Devils seconds away from officially celebrating tonight's win.
Yep, it was a good win for the Blue Devils too. They came back. They're a different team in the second half. And
that might be the really key talking point tonight, Steve. It's that the second half really belonged to the Blue Devils, didn't it?
It sure did.
All right, we've got a final score here at Fauquier High School. Blue Devils 31, Falcons 15.
But that game was a lot closer than the score indicates, I think. Don't you agree?
Yeah, well, it was at the half.
Yeah.
Was it 15-12?
Right. 15-12 at half.
Right.
Fauquier.
And so the Blue Devils then pitched the second half shutout.
Yep, exactly. They sure
right.
did.
Well, let's take a look, Steve. Look ahead. We know that next Friday we plan on being at Caroline for the Caroline Eastern View game. Let's take a look before we go off the air and see what the Blue Devils are going to do. Who they have next week. And now we have light. All right. So the Blue Devils will be playing Chancellor.
Oh, now they can beat Chancellor.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight from Falcon Field here up in Fauquier High School with our final score. Again, Steve, you have it.
Final score, 31-15.
All right. For Nick and Steve, I'm Mark O'Connell saying thanks for watching and supporting Blue Devils football. And have a great weekend, everyone.
Yeah, have a good weekend, everybody.
Take care. We'll see you next Friday from Caroline High School. So long.
Broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members. And the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.